everybody, I am back with a badass video for you today because, well, it makes me feel like it should be a badass video because it's Friday. Why wouldn't I want to do that? And I just had some chips, I've had 3 or 4 Pepsis, I'm ready to rock and roll. Might be 5. Doesn't matter, it's a lot. It's a lot in there right now. Just keeps this guy going. We bleed Pepsi here. All right, anyway, so today's gonna be a team talk brought to you by nobody because we don't have any sponsors to do that. But anyway, it's gonna be a team talk and it's gonna be something that I thought of because when I traveled, I did my little roundabouts. I was floating around, seeing other dealers, seeing other people, seeing boat companies, and just wondering, I kept this logged in the back of my head. I think there's a conspiracy inside the industry. That why, I mean, I know why, but boat companies got their boats and they had motors to put on their boats, but dealership, smaller dealers couldn't get motors. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be a conspiracy theory in the marine industry starting now. Here we go. All right, team talk brought to you by this guy right here. Jordan, what are we gonna put here? Me? Let's put me here. Can we put me here? Let's put me there. Why not? Or you. You can put you there. America doesn't know who you are.
Nope.
They should. You can put your little head right here. All right, that's cool. Anyway, so we're on to this conspiracy theory. That's a lot to say for me, the guy that's jacked up on Pepsi like I am. And I'm thinking there is something going on here because I talked to hundreds of people probably throughout the week, and a lot of that was during COVID time, and this is relating back to the COVID era when there was no such thing as getting an outboard. But if your outboard broke down and you went into a dealership and said, can I get that outboard right there? No, we don't have any, but I'll sell you a brand new boat with a brand new motor and I'm gonna give you a trade on your garbage. How's that sound? Handshake and let's rock on. A lot of America did that. A lot of America's making payments on stuff that they probably just wanted to put an outboard on the back of their old boat and be okay with it. But I believe the industry probably just decided to, well, motor companies are high-fiving boat companies are low-fiving motor companies, and well, we'll just make them buy new boats, new motors. Because it's gonna work for everybody, right? Yeah, industry's gonna go woof, flooding the market full of boats, lots of stuff. Everything worked, everybody made money, and the consumers lost a bunch. Oh, is that bad? I don't know if that's bad or good or what, but that's kind of how I'm seeing this thing go down. And I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, maybe. I mean, I'm sure it's the high up issues, the real high up issues type of thing. We went to some places around there were some smaller boat builders that couldn't get motors. There was big boat builders that had lots of motors. There was smaller dealers that couldn't get outboards. There was bigger dealers that spent lots of money with floor planning and probably were able and had boats that sold boats and lots of motors. They got their stuff. Small people didn't get anything. So if you survived it, I shake your hand. I commend you for being who you are because you survived it probably with service. With service. Impressive, right? Yeah. Because the thing that really pisses me off is that when you're selling for a brand or a company when it comes to a motor, and I don't even care about the boat thing. I don't even care about the boats, right? I give a less about the boats right now. It's just like, they're over here. We're talking about outboards here. You need to supply and take care of the people that take care of your name. Simple. If they're selling stuff and then you're telling them one thing and they're telling the consumer this, and then that gets back around that's not happening and it makes you look bad, and then you're the asshole and then you didn't get it, then you're refunding money, then goes to bed and everything's bad, right? Literally to the point where you don't even want to sell an outboard no more. Why the hell do I want to sell an outboard if I can't get an outboard and I'm going to tell them it's going to be 4 weeks and 4 weeks goes by and now it's 6 weeks, now it's 4 months, now it's 6 months, now it's 12 months, now it's like, oh, f you, here, let's just shove this up your butt and see how you like it. That doesn't fucking jive in my world, okay? That's got to be fixed. And that's kind of my conspiracy is that boat, motor, high five, consumer down here, small dealers down here. Let's just fucking drive home to the consumer that if you need a new motor, you got to buy a new boat. That's the only way you can get it. But A and B doesn't mix because if there's enough motors to put on boats, why is there not enough motors to get to the people that want to just buy loose outboards? Jordan, what do you got? Nothing? You got nothing, do you? I mean, most time you're got a little comment for me.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. That's right. It's the truth. We've seen it. We saw it. We saw it across the country. I mean, we witnessed it. We're still seeing it in some places. I still got people that are small dealers in certain brands and they're saying the same thing, that they can't get their outboards that they've ordered, but yet they're seeing them on boats. They're seeing them at big dealerships, but the small dealerships aren't getting the props that they deserve. That shit bothers me, because that means, and I understand they're spending 1.4 million and we're spending 20 grand. Well, then tell us that you're not going to give us outboards so we don't try to sell them. Or tell the people they're not going to, you ain't getting no outboards. You're not getting any, not until we have enough to fulfill all the boat builders. And then outside of that, then you got the big dealers. And then outside of that, you got the medium to small dealers. That's when you guys are going to get them when all these are filled. It's real easy. Just flat out tell us that, because that way you don't fucking sit here and be like, we'll get you some motors. Yeah, we'll get you some. Yeah. Well, then you give us the motor, and we've already refunded the fucking money back to the guy or gal or family for not, because you can't get a motor. So, I mean, if Johnny Moore's sitting on 20,000 200s, let's disperse them through the fucking country so people can buy them. Or if you're a big boat builder and you got a bunch of fucking outboards, why isn't Mercury saying, why aren't we getting these serial numbers allocated to boats? Let's get them fucking out. Or Suzuki or Yamaha or Toyota. I don't give a fuck who it is. I think Toyotsu's doing okay because no one puts Toyotsu outboard on their boat. New. That's probably why they got a bunch of outboards. It's just, it's a frustrating industry, and the weird part is when I leave this position, it's all gonna come out wide open. You know, it's gonna be like, here, you wanna see America? Woo, there it is. Right now I just bite my tongue on some of this shit, but this was bothering me. It was bothering me to the point of where it's like, God, it just shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I'm not ever gonna be something that somebody can stick their up my wee-wee and f***ing think I'm gonna go left when they tell me to. That's not gonna happen. That's just never going to be that way. There's a reason why I don't sell boats. There's a reason why I usually don't sell anything, because I don't get along with the people. You know, there's two ways. There's the corporate way and there's the Andy way, and Andy's not going to fucking... Hey! Sorry. There's two ways. There's the corporate way and the Andy way. You've heard it.
Yeah, which is my way.
Yes.
Highway.
Yeah, exactly. My way or the highway. I don't fucking care. Because I want the consumer to be okay. I want the consumer to understand that, here, you can buy this or you can buy this. You can buy lots of this and get more of this and not of this, or whatever it may be. And it just, I'm not going to be a pawn in their deal to, you got to sell 300 outboards. You got to sell 17 boats, and I want you to prepay so we can ride your money to go to the next level. And then when you don't sell them, the bank is coming and you're and you get to fucking shut your doors and everybody loses their job and you walk away with your tail between your legs and you go work at fucking McDonald's and fling fucking french fries and give people burgers and a couple Happy Meals a day. Fuck yeah, nothing wrong with that job because it's probably paying like fucking $13 to $15 an hour. So, not saying that's a bad job, but that's where you'll fucking end up. Great deal. All because you fucking said, yeah, give me them boats and give me them motors and I'm gonna sell them and no one's coming. And that part's gonna be coming, I guarantee you. It's just a matter of time. And I personally, I may get heat from this, but I know there's a bunch of small dealers that watch this, and I know there's dealers out there that will comment and say, yeah, that happened to me. I'm in the exact position. Because we get emails upon emails upon emails about people waiting for their outboards. But they could fucking, I had a guy call me, he forgot he even ordered it. Like in the beginning of COVID, and it just like came in. He like forgot he ordered it. They called him and they were like, yeah, your motor's in, can we get your boat? And he's like, what motor? It's like the outboard you ordered back in, I mean, I got guys that have been waiting 2 or 3 years for 250s. You know, it's just like, and I know there's places that can get them. I talked to another dealership that said, yeah, I can get you one. I just call the boat builder. That's what led me to being like, wait, what? Yeah, I just call them and tell them I need to, and they'll send me to. Wait, what? Why? Why? And then it was proven when I went around the country, I drove around, did our thing. When we went to some builders and they had motors, they can get motors.
They said we can call today and it'll be here by the end of the week.
Right there. And it's not their fault, right? They got power. They got power. We get that. But it's like motor companies need to be like, we're grading you this many outboards this year. We have to take care of America. So that when America comes and can't afford 80,000, 90, 100,000, we can still sell them an outboard for 7,000 to 20,000 or whatever it may be. So they can continue to boat and not go bankrupt. The bank doesn't get the boat and then somebody ends up buying it and then it's a spiral and then I think that's called a recession, which happens, and then everything goes to shit. And then it gets really bad. And then there's a lot of boats for sale, and then the used boat price falls, and then everybody's used boat shit, new boat shit, boating market shit, everything goes to shit. Did I use a lot in this video? Anyway, back to what we're doing, the conspiracy theory. I believe that there was a conspiracy theory once COVID hit because they said they couldn't do it. They ended up doing it, and they fucking laid off a bunch of people, but did a bunch of X's and O's, and the X's and O's ended up being, we're gonna supply the boat builders are gonna sell new boats, we're still gonna sell new motors, we're gonna jack up the price because that's what we can do, because we're gonna say there's none of these available, and consumers are gonna buy it because that's what they do. And that's what happened. And they sold a bunch of equipment to a bunch of people. And now we're still sitting at the same spot. Some dealers are still sitting at the point where they still can't get outboards, but yet you're seeing brand new boats with brand new motors on them every single day. But the people that drive the car, correct me if I'm wrong, America, the people that drive the car, the small dealers that only employ 3, 2, 7, 8 employees are pushing and pushing, servicing everything, never questioning anything, keeping going, keeping the name brand going, saying it's not their fault, taking the blunt and the blame for everything. They are the ones that are getting the right where you know where it is. So I'm just saying, I believe there's a conspiracy theory. I haven't proven it yet, but I'm pretty close to proving it, that there was something that went down like that. And it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just Andy sitting in the corner. That's all I am. But I think we're kind of getting a name, especially globally. And we're getting a lot of content that's sent back to us globally, and a shit ton of content being sent to us nationally at the level of, dude, I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate your verbiage. I appreciate how you're just laying stuff out. You're not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I'm here for the consumer. That's just what I am. I'm here for the consumer. And I want the consumers to know what's going on. And this is one of the things that I felt was a really issue. And the only way we're going to prove it is you guys commenting, saying the same thing, that, yeah, I was trying to get forced into a boat, and I just said no. And I went to another dealer, and they said no outboards, but I can sell you this boat, and I'll give you a really good trade on yours. But did you know that this one was inflated by 30 to 40%? And I'm only inflating yours by 10% on trade. So that way I'm still making 30 points or 20 points on this. After the fact, I already supposed to make 30, so now I made 60 or 50 points. Now we're just fucking, and that's okay. That's how they were doing it. That's all right. Dealerships were doing that, and that's okay because they got away with it, and it's cool. They can make that kind of money. I'm okay with that. But the fact of the matter is we need to take care of the people that just want to be boaters, and they don't want to go buy new boats, and they don't want to fucking have to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of new stuff. They just want to buy an outboard. I just want to go buy an outboard, and I want to pay you to service it. I want to pay you to rig my stuff. Taken away from the dealer, the service side of things. That's what I want to be able to do. So that was kind of my conspiracy with the whole thing. Corporate A's and B's coming together and saying, well, we can rule this roost. We're going to do it this way, and that's what it's going to be. And the dealers did it what they were told. They were doing what they were told. I can sell you a boat. I can't get you a motor, because they were probably told not to sell loose motors. They were just told to sell boats with motors on them. Do it, right? Do it. I think actually I don't know if some dealers pulled motors off. I mean, they'd probably get in trouble if they knew that they pulled motors off of packages and then re-rigged later. But I mean, if that was the case, I'd probably do it. Take a chance. Why not? Because take care of the consumer, because they're the ones that got the hand of the oars when we're rowing our boat when it comes to this industry. So take care of them. I mean, you can take them a little bit, but when you really start to take them and the fuckers start to slow the row down, and then they just quit rowing, and they're like, no, this is stupid. We ain't going anywhere as a whole, as an industry. It's just gonna sit there and go in the wind and in the waves. We're gonna hope for a wind to pick up the pace again. That's what we're gonna hope for. I'm telling you, when the time is tough, you gotta take care of the consumer. You gotta take care of the consumer with good service. You gotta take care of the consumer with good sale prices, good pricing. You gotta take care of the consumer with being able to get goods. And if you can't get the goods, it's not the dealer's fault usually, trust me. It's not the dealer's fault. It's probably corporate top end that's saying, we gotta do it all this way. We couldn't get jack plates. You couldn't get any of that stuff. We couldn't get that stuff. I think Bob's was pretty good. I think Bob's supplied pretty good through this whole thing. But when it comes to like accessories, you couldn't get trolling motors. You couldn't, but brand new boats were getting trolling motors. But I do know some boats that sold without trolling motors. The dealer's like, I just can't get a trolling motor. Come get your boat. I heard that story 4 times. 4 boats went, here's your boat. Well, am I getting my money back on that boat because I didn't get my trolling motor? No, we'll give it to you when it comes in. So I'm taking my boat without a trolling motor? Okay, well, I got my boat. At least we can go water skiing or something out of my bass boat. I mean, that shit happened, and you know, I know it was a chip failure, chip loss, whatever, this, that, and the other, but it kind of got annoying, got real annoying, and I still think we're still in it. I was telling Jordan the other day, I still get emails from guys that are, it just proves that we're still in this no outboard thing, that there's just not enough outboards, but there's enough boats to put outboards on, so we might as well put those outboards on those boats, so that way you sell more boats and more outboards together, package deal. And you don't get the service on fucking rigging them, you don't get the service on all this other stuff because there's no loosies to go on those. So it's just a conspiracy. That's just where I'm at with it. I mean, I don't know. America, what do you think? Do you think you should comment on it? I think you should. I think you definitely should. I think you could blow this video up and we could probably get some corporate people to come on here and say, hey, no, that's not the deal. We'll give you the time of day. We'll let you talk for sure. But seems like everybody's scared. And I know, and I probably know that employment was an issue too. You know, people weren't coming to work because we didn't want to wear a mask, and old fucking Sleepy himself fucking gave everybody a bunch of money to stay home so that fucking whatever that was called. What was that called? Was that a sickness that we had that came through? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they got a bunch of, and I know that would come up. Yeah, I couldn't get employees, I couldn't build stuff, couldn't get stuff out the door quick enough, couldn't get products, couldn't get this, couldn't get, well, fix that shit and bring it to the US and make it sure that we always have this shit. You know what I mean? I mean, let's just do this. I mean, it's a global market, but why is it not a US strong market? Simple. Simplicity. Build them all here. Build everything here. Bring them all here. Just pile it in. Shouldn't be a Yamaha. You build Yamahas here, build Suzuki's here, build Daihatsu's here, build your Mercury's here, build everything here. Build it right here. Build it right in the US. Why not? Hang that flag as high as you can and say proud to be an American, because some of us still are. Just put it that way. Mercer, let's talk. I mean, I think you kind of engaged with him. He commented back, right?
Yep.
Kind of commented back where we could talk about the industry. We could talk about his side, what he sees versus what I see. That'd be a kick-ass video. I mean, he's going to see all the positives, right? I get to see the fucking tour. I get to see the good, the bad, the uglies, the sicknesses, the poors, the not so goods, the olds, the news. I get to see it all. I mean, that's what I do. I did it for 20 plus years. If you're in the industry, you want to chat, send us an email. Speed Money No Breaks, right, Jordan?
At Gmail.
At Gmail. Send it over. We'll talk. We're not scared. Mercer, you want to chat? We should chat. We should chat about fishing. I'll go catch a smallmouth with you. Why not, right? I can still throttle them brown things. That's it. That's a great day. That's a great day. I'm going back to work. Comment about it. Make sure we're getting up and getting going. Make this video huge. Share this to everybody. Share it to the world. Share it to somebody is sitting in Japan. Are they sleeping in Japan right now? Yeah, they're definitely sleeping in Japan. They do sleep over there. They gotta sleep. You die if you don't sleep. I make sure I sleep a lot now. I'm just up every couple hours. All right, send it everywhere. Get this thing blown up. Get it globally.
Send it to your local dealer.
Yeah, I don't care. Send it to your local dealer. Let them drop a comment. Take a look at this. Tell me what you think. Why not, right? Can't hurt. What are they gonna do? Pull your dealership? They pull all the dealerships in America, they're gonna fold. They can't do anything. It is what it is. I mean, seriously, dealers got an upper hand too. You just got to be utilizing it. Don't be a pawn. It's okay. Hi, Kat.
Hi.
Yeah, awesome. All right, I'm out. That's it. Comment. Are the nuts shirt dropping or what's going on? Where's my nuts?
Yeah.
What do you mean not yet?
It's not time yet.
What do you mean it's not time? Speed Money are gone.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
We got nothing.
Working on other designs.
Well, what? I'm jacked up for this nuts t-shirt.
Comment below if you want the nuts t-shirt.
Yeah, comment if you want the nuts t-shirt.
Got nuts.
No, it has nothing to do with your nuts, Neil.
America's nuts.
America's nuts, that's what it is. Make sure. Yeah, I know. Well, you are. You're a taxpayer. Very good. Yeah, so if you want the nuts t-shirt, comment below. Comment about your experience with the outboards industry and all of its fun times. Let's move along. Let's move to the next video for next week. What are we doing next week? What do you got for me? I'm not doing all the thinking next week. You're gonna have to give me a piece of paper. This hurts too much.
I'll work on it.
You are?
Yep.
You ain't got nothing, do you?
I got some stuff.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's all we got. We're out. As always, I appreciate everything you're doing. I appreciate the merch sales. I appreciate all the subscribers, 25K. Drop 25K. It'd be nice if we got another 75K. How do we get another 75K without advertising and just being normal per people?
Keep grinding.
Keep grinding. That's what we do every day. We love it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, comment, subscribe, click notification bell to witness the madness that every boating consumer can grab a flag and say, America, yeah. No?
Yeah.
We can?
Yep.
Real loud.
Approved.
America, yeah.